To my channel, Sunshine Shoulders, I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Truly grateful. So many channels you could be watching. You're watching mine. 4 plane crashes in 30 days. What's the safest way to travel in the Philippines? From January 24th to March the 1st, the Philippines had a perilous 33 days as far as air travel was concerned. 4 plane crashes, 6 confirmed dead, 11 missing. And it made me ask the question, what's the safest and best way to travel in the Philippines? January 24th, a single-engine Cessna plane carrying 6 people lost contact with airport tower personnel about 4 minutes into what was supposed to be a 30-minute flight after takeoff in northern Isabela province. 6 people on board. There's a full search ongoing right now as we speak. My sincerest condolences to the victims and their families. January 25th, Philippines Air Force jet crashed, killing both pilots. The SF-260 was on a training flight from Sangli Airport in Cavite province. We want to send our sincerest condolences out to the families of those 2 brave gentlemen. We want to thank them for their service to the Philippines. February 18th, Cessna plane crashed on Mayan volcano, carrying 4 people. They all perished. 2 Filipinos, including the pilot, and 2 Australian nationals that were working for a company over here in the Philippines. It took about 5 days for search and rescue to bring those bodies down because of the dangerous conditions associated with the crash. That's an active volcano, by the way. March 1st, an air ambulance helicopter was reported missing after taking off from Mangsi Island, Palawan. 5 people are missing. There's an ongoing search on for those people. Our sincere condolences to all of the victims and their families of these crimes. It was a perilous 33-day stretch. What is the safest way to travel in the Philippines and the best way? Well, of course, as we all know, air travel is far and away the safest mode of transportation in the world. But because the Philippines is an archipelago, it's spread out. It's not the best way to travel. There's only 70 airports, about 70 airports in the Philippines. Once you get on the main island, then that's it. You land in Cebu, Mactan International Airport, and you want to go somewhere else, you can't fly. That's it, unless you got a private plane. Another reason I made this because I actually have 3 friends who are also subscribers who are pilots. 2 of them have visited me here in the Philippines. One is from my hometown. He hasn't visited me yet. And I just want to kind of get their take on what's going on. But air travel is not the best way to get around from city to city in the Philippines. Excuse me. It's actually bus. That's the best way to get from city to city in the Philippines. Now you're probably going to say, well, it's not the most comfortable. Well, we didn't say what's the most comfortable. We said what's the best way, and it's definitely the safest of all the other modes of transportation. Far much safer than a car, far much safer than a motorcycle, because I put a link in the description. It tells you your chances of dying in an accident involving a bus, a car, and a motorcycle. And you're going to see that your chances of survival and being uninjured, coming out of that crash uninjured, is far and away much better in a bus. If I fly into Dumaguete, which I live on Negros Island. There's only two major airports here: Dumaguete City and Bacolod City. If I fly into either of those airports and I want to come to St. Carlos City, I'm going to have to take a bus, rent a car, taxi, van, motorcycle, VHAR van. The safest and best way to do that would be the bus, and the most economical, because remember, we're also trying to hold on to our money. It doesn't even matter if you're visiting here or if you're staying here. The most comfortable way, obviously, is going to be in a car. But remember, the cars over here are not the same size as the cars in the West. So now we're getting into ergonomics when you're talking about cars and vans and even motorcycles. And then you're going to, if you rent a car, you're going to, for the most part, you're going to rent it to stand still. Or a van, most of the time, it's going to be sitting still. You just don't want to do that. It's just not a smart way to spend your money. If I'm going to go from St. Carlos City to Bacolod or Dumaguete, I'm going to ride the bus. Far much cheaper. They've got these big series liners. They're air conditioned. They're fairly comfortable, guys, you know. But it's the safest way to get around. It was a heck of a 33 days, you know. Would I fly over here on a commercial airlines? I mean, absolutely. But I've never flown in a private plane or jet before. And I don't think I'm going to start, not today, but the safest and best way to get around the Philippines from city to city, guys, is a bus. Don't be afraid to get on a bus, because once you get into these cities, then it's another story. Okay, once you get into St. Carlos City, then it's a matter of, okay, do I want to rent a car? Do I want to rent a motorcycle? Because these jeepneys, guys, you're not going to be able to get in there. And St. Carlos City only has one jeepney. It goes up into the mountains. Now you're talking about ergonomics. Getting into those jeepneys, yeah, it's 12 pesos. But are you going to be able to sit in there comfortably? No. Your neck and back's going to be hurting when you get out. Same with these motorcycles. I'm 5'8", about 200 pounds. And trust me, I have a hard time getting in and out of these motorcycles and tricycles. But for the most part, you don't have a choice. But once you fly into these main islands, man, you know, basically the only choice you really have is the bus. You can rent a car. It's expensive. You can rent a van with a driver. It's expensive. You can take a motorcycle. How safe is that? I'm just giving you my boots on the ground experience, guys. Every accident I see on the road, it's usually involving a car or motorcycle. Why? Because there's more cars and more motorcycles? No, because the chances of you being in an accident increase in a car, four-wheelers and two-wheelers. Now, according to the Philippine Statistics Association, Authority, there's about a little bit over 10,000 traffic deaths every year in the Philippines. But according to WHO, it's a little bit over 12,000. About 46% of those are four-wheel vehicles, you know, mainly cars, vans. So yeah, the safest way to travel over here in the Philippines is certainly going to be the bus. So take a look at that when you get over here. Of course, air travel is the safest. But we're only about 70 airports, man. You can't fly into every place you want to go. Now, island to island, yes. Planes are going to be the best and the safest. Certainly the most comfortable. But some places, if I want to go from San Carlos City to Toledo City, I can't fly. I've got to take that ferry. The ferry is the least safest. Not because I said it, but statistic will tell you, guys. So I just wanted to run this by you. You know, it's been a perilous 33-day stretch. 4 plane crash, 6 confirmed dead, 11 missing. More than likely they're going to die. They're going to be confirmed dead. Philippines is mountainous, it's remote, many volcanoes here, and when they go down, it's hard for the search and rescue teams to reach them. So thank you so much for stopping by again today. If you're in America, it's early. I'm going to talk to your subconscious. Man, when you get up today, you go to work, you're going to the gym, get a newspaper, a cup of coffee, and you see somebody out in the street or wherever you see them, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. Try to make their life just a little bit better having met you today. If you're in the Philippines, I guess it's about 5:30 p.m. Now a day goes by, I don't help somebody. I just saw one of my subscribers. She was coming from work. I gave her 100 pesos because she said she needed to get some rice. Now a day goes by, I don't help somebody over here. Not to brag about it, but because somebody helped me in my time of need. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time.